Have you ever wondered why Demon Slayer feels so different compared to other shonen anime? Like, the world feels strangely familiar, even though it's full of demons and breathing techniques. Well, that's because Demon Slayer isn't just fantasy. It's actually rooted in real Japanese history. Yep, a lot of the places, clothes, culture, even the way characters behave are a reflection of Japan's Taisho era. So today, we're diving into how Demon Slayer mirrors real-life Taisho period Japan. And honestly, it's kind of insane how accurate some of the details are. So before we compare them, let's quickly talk about what the Taisho era actually was. The Taisho era lasted from 1912 to 1926, and it was basically this transition period between old traditional Japan and modern industrial Japan. Imagine a country where samurai culture and kimono still exist, but trains, street lamps, and Western fashion are starting to appear everywhere. It was like Japan was trying to find its identity. Are we still traditional, or are we becoming modern? And that's why you see such a unique mix in Demon Slayer. The author literally set the story in the Taisho period because it fits that exact vibe. Old versus new, tradition versus modernization. Let's start with something obvious. The clothes. Most of the characters wear traditional haori and kimono just like people did in real Taisho Japan. But look closely and you'll also notice Western-style suits, hats, and shoes on background characters. That's not random. During the Taisho era, Japanese people literally mixed kimono with Western accessories, especially in the big cities. For example, Tamayo and Yushiro's outfits are basically Taisho fusion fashion. Kimono plus Western boots and collars. That was actually a real fashion trend back then called Taisho Roman. Next, technology. In Demon Slayer, we see steam trains, power lines, photography, and even early street lamps. All of those were brand new to Japan at the time. The scene where Tanjiro rides a train for the first time? That feeling of awe and fear was exactly how rural people felt when they first saw trains in the Taisho era. Trains were literally considered modern magic. Another thing people often miss is the family structure and social etiquette in the show. Tanjiro speaks very politely to older people, bows often, and basically follows strict social rules. That's exactly how people were raised in Taisho, Japan, where Confucian values were still very strong. Also, large families living in the countryside, like the Kamado family, were very common. Most of Japan was still rural and depended on agriculture. This one is super interesting. The Taisho era was also a time when modern science started challenging traditional spiritual beliefs. In Demon Slayer, you literally have demon hunters using breathing techniques and Nichiren swords, traditional belief, versus Muzan, who evolves by turning demons into biological weapons. Kind of a metaphor for modernization and scientific progress. Even the Demon Slayer core functions in secret, just like how old traditions were slowly being pushed underground in real life by modern society. If you pause in random scenes, you'll see classic wooden Japanese houses, rice fields, Shinto shrines, and then suddenly, brick buildings with Western-style arches. That's not artistic liberty. Those are literally Taisho-era cityscapes. Tokyo and other major cities started building Western-style government buildings, banks, and public halls. But right next to them were traditional shrines and wooden streets, exactly like in the anime. So yeah, Demon Slayer isn't just a cool story about demons and sword fighting. It's basically a love letter to Taisho-era Japan, a time when the country was trying to balance its old traditions with a rapidly modernizing world. That's why the world feels so rich and grounded, because a lot of it is based on real history. Next time you rewatch Demon Slayer and see a mix of kimonos, trains, and Western buildings, just remember, that's not fantasy. That's literally Taisho Japan brought back to life. If you want me to break down another anime and compare it with its real cultural inspiration, let me know. This stuff is honestly super fun.